And that brings up the question of the quota which OPEC has given to Nigeria and this plan to exceed that. So let's have that conversation now with the Vice President, Research Economy with Financial Derivatives Company, Ifeoma Onyeje-Nwokolo. Dr. Nwokolo, good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, Enid.
Yeah, so I mean, it's good that we are aiming high, and I know it's the target in the budget, one of the parameters for this year, 2025. We're supposed to produce about 2.2 million barrels per day. But we also have to be responsible to the quota which OPEC has given the country. How do we balance these two stands?
Well, looking at, I would say, is an aspiration. Can we do this? Yes, we can, if the structural rigidities and bottlenecks are taken care of. Of course, the commissioner has put it out there that there are initiatives to achieve these 2 million barrels per day. And these initiatives include metering audits, which simply implies that they are going to begin to track oil production and oil losses going forward, and also increase in rig counts. Once there's an increase in rig counts, that simply means there is going to be an increase in activity, in the activities in the oil sector. And also, there's also an aspiration or initiative that there's going to be a modernized technique or to evacuate oil going forward. So these are the initiatives of this particular consortium. And I know that if we're able to do all of this, of course, if we are able to walk the talk, it's not just aspiring and not doing any of this, I think we'll be able to meet up with this 2 million barrels per day, even though it's lower than the budgeted benchmark of about 2.2 that we have. But looking at OPEC quota for us, which is 1.5, honestly, let's come back to reality. The reality is that in August, we were short of OPEC quota by 4%, even though we met it in June and in July. Yes, we met it in June and July because in June and July, I think there was a crackdown in vandalism and theft. That was why we were able to meet up with this. But in August, the data that was released showed that we had, instead of 1.51 million barrels per day, we were able to meet up with just 1.43 million barrels per day, which is about 96% of OPEC quota. So the 2 million barrels per day aspiration can only be achieved if we really do something about the bottlenecks. Then if that is achieved, I think OPEC is willing or will be willing to increase our quota, because our quota will be is supposedly meant to be between 2023, I guess, to 2026. As in, after 2026, I think if we are producing above the quota, OPEC may consider increasing the quota. But be it as it may, we have seen that even though our oil production output declined, we are seeing that oil price has continue to increase. As at yesterday, this morning, it has gone up to 69 barrels.
Yeah, but it's still lower than what we have on our budgets. It's still lower than the targets on our budgets.
Of course, it's lower. We are going to start from somewhere. 2 million barrels from 1.3 million barrels is a loss. So we'll get to 200,000 barrels is minute compared. If you're able to hit 2 million barrels, is it 200,000 barrels you'll not meet up with? We are still going to meet up. But the question is, when are we going to achieve these 2 million barrels? I know it's not going to be in 2025, maybe probably in 2026, he will put her heart to it and begin to walk the talk. Following these initiatives that we are giving, they are all quite good initiatives. If we can keep up with that, drilling activities will actually increase. If there's an increase in rig counts, of course we know it is possible, but how long is it going to take?
Yeah, but at least, Dr. Nwokolo, we've seen a reduction in oil theft. Now, I think they say it's about 5% of our production. So that could also bring a boost to the revenue that we get from there. And it also seems like perhaps the government has its efforts in the right path. And we'll see that. But related to that, with the Dangote, Dapman, and all the oil marketers, there's the expectation that there'll be a drop in the price of petrol at the pump, but we haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, then as at mid-September, there was an announcement that, according from Dangote, that oil and PMS price has declined to about 841 naira, but we are yet to see that implementation, and this is because there's usually a lag as to when the announcement is made and when we begin to see it reflect in pump prices. This is because some filling stations may still have old stocks, old inventories. Of course, you won't start selling at a loss. They are probably waiting to at least be done with the inventories they have. Perhaps when they get new stocks, I think they will follow the new pricing. But let's not forget that oil price has continued to increase to 69 barrel. And if this trend continues, we might see a reversal in PMS price going forward. But for now, I think this is what we are seeing. That's why we have not seen this reflect in the pump prices because of the lag issue. But between now and next week, I think we'll begin to see it reflect in PMA. In the
all right. If we don't see it, Dr. Nwokolo, we'll come to FDC office and carry you. If we don't see it reflecting. But tell us what's going on with commodity prices. What's going on around there?
Yes, for commodity prices, we are seeing that prices are pretty stable. Yes, the price of rice increased a few days ago, but it's to 83 naira, 83,000 per bag, but now it declined to 80,000 per bag as at yesterday. So I think prices are pretty flat because I know a lot of things featuring in, exchange rate stability featuring in, then we have the inflation rates, and we have harvest season are fully kicked in. So all of this, we are seeing it reflect in the prices of commodities. And let's not forget that consumption has also declined. So people are not buying as much as it should because of income constraint and very low purchasing power. So people are not really buying, and you see the market is overflooded with supply. That's why we are seeing prices stable, and we know that the trend may continue to the end of the year.
Wow! I hope it will not rob us of dirty December, but we still have time to catch up. Thank you so much, Dr. Nwokolo, the Vice President, Research Economics at Financial Derivatives Company.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.